My apologies for that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing well. It is I once again, James Kranu. You can at me on my handle. That is at James Carano right here. Today I want to talk about something probably very sensitive. Uh, it's quite unfortunate. I've not changed the banner up there, but I'll get to it shortly. But I think just to hit you up, I hope you're all doing well. This is a subject that's been a long time coming. I'm supposed to have covered it probably yesterday, but I think because of like due circumstances, I was not able to cover it. So at least I got today, and here we are. Um, thank you for joining us. So I'm gonna, kind of highlight. Uh, just a minute before I get to that. Uh, Let me fix this first. Um, oh, yes, right. Yeah, there's something that keeps switching over and over again. My apologies for that, but I'll sort it out. Let's just go to the first scene. So, I'm here to talk about what just happened. I think either prior yesterday or the day before that, and that is whereby Anubis Gaming signed an esports deal with Mercedes Benz. Now, just what ties in with the, let me say, the title of the live stream, and I think the subject that I really want to talk about is the importance of partnerships and sponsorships in esports, especially for Africa. And yeah, I think just as we get to that, of course, this is courtesy of Esports Africa News and Afro Gamer. I kind of saw this post on Afro Gamer's um, Instagram handle, and I followed it up, and this is why I got to. So thanks to them, of course, for this insight. Just where we are looking deep into this. So going further below, Egyptian esports team Anubis Gaming having announced the signing of a sponsorship deal with German luxury automotive brand Mercedes Benz. Anubis announced on their official Twitter handle, of course, I'm going to look at that, calling the partnership the beginning of an exciting journey in the field of esports, aiming to shape a promising future for the field of Egypt. Um, the esports team, however, didn't reveal much in terms of the details of the deal. However, the images on their social media indicate the team will be having Mercedes-Benz logo on their kits moving forward. So, regional Crossfire, League of Legends, and Valorant champions Anubis Gaming is one of the most successful teams, esports teams across Middle East and North Africa region, as many on the African continent look to the Egyptian team as an ideal esports team. And that is true. That is very, very true. Anubis is in a league of its own to begin with. There is no team that comes close to them, I think, within the African continent. I don't know if I'm wrong, but if we check the teams that are within the Middle East, we have Mercedes Benz. We have Anubis Esports or Anubis Gaming. I keep confusing the two because I keep seeing like all their uh, marketing, branding efforts everywhere on social media, especially on Twitter. I see that a lot. So um, uh, just a moment. I'm trying to get the link to the stream to begin with. Forgive my in business. I hope I'm not behind. So, my apologies. My apologies for that. Um, I think just to begin with, Anubis Esports or Anubis Gaming is a very well respected brand. Esports brand. We've seen them on social media. I see them a lot on Twitter, and that is even saying the least because they are on other platforms as well. I think they're on Instagram. I think they're on Facebook, and many other platforms out there. I think to begin with, we've seen just the way it's said here. They are in Crossfire, League of Legends, and Valorant. Um, I don't know if I've seen them in other esports as well, but they're very vibrant within those three esports titles, and specifically Valorant. We've seen how um, how how key they are for the African esports scene, and seeing how uh, this particular brand is now in partnership with a global luxury brand as well. And of all the luxury brands, Mercedes Benz is very, very important because um, it's like a key to opening a door for many of the other African esports teams out there. And especially the like the top tier leagues to begin with. Um, just before I get here, um, I hope they're in my list. By the way, let me see. I hope they're on the GG list. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So to begin with, excuse me. There are very many key figure esports brands that have really opened that door for us, and that we have so much to give thanks to them for. The first one, of course, includes ATK Esports. We saw ATK actually did like I think it was like a short-term partnership with Mercedes Benz. I don't know if they're still together. Let's have a look. And that was for what we call they call it what, the Grand Prix or something like that. It was an esports event in regards to, I think, there was a driving competition that happened some months back, where, of course, they were together. Yes, here we go. Here we go. So yes, as you can see, the Assetto Corsa competition or Corsa Competition, I think this was being hosted by, was it Mauritius, because of the name of the competition? I'm not sure. But as you can see, they were still together in partnership with the Mercedes-Benz brand, or the vehicle. From the beginning, the rest, AMD, Elgato, Puma, they've been together for a very, very long time. And I think Logitech as well. I don't know why I'm not seeing Logitech here, by the way. I am, yeah, I'm not seeing Logitech here. So they did have a partnership with Logitech as well. So that was definitely something. So I think the partnership had ended some time back. But to start off, um, like seeing how um, important now these global brands are seeing Africa as a whole, and the importance of how they have an untapped market here, specifically for the esports players that are around here, is very, very important because, a lot of esports players, such as myself, and even non esports players to begin with, by the way, I'd like to own a Mercedes Benz. If not now, maybe one time in my life in future. So when I see the brand on an esports team that I like, of course, I'll definitely want that vehicle to begin with. I'll want to own the product that that brand is producing, just because they support my esports team. So you see that that's very important. It's not necessarily like a must, but of course there are those who are really passionate, and seeing as that ATK is, you know, partnered together with them, it gives the firm belief that because we support the brand, the esports brand ATK loyally, it also means that if they're endorsing or they're being endorsed by Mercedes Benz, that means that I can purchase a Mercedes Benz and that they're going to give me what I want or what I like or what they as ATK are encouraging me to purchase. So yeah, and yeah, of course I'd want a Mercedes Benz sometime in the future. That's a no-brainer. But yeah, coming back to Anubis Esports, seeing them going right from South Africa all the way to Egypt and taking a very important esports brand there that has been vibrant for many years is very important, because at the end of the day, especially when like Mercedes is going, like Mercedes is present in a certain country, I'd like to see if Anubis Esports is participating in an esports event in that country, the vehicles that are taking them to the event are Mercedes Benz automobiles, or vehicles as we call them in Africa. So yeah, British English for you. Um, just seeing them carry out any lifestyle, any movement in terms of their lifestyle from one point to another, I'd like to see them in a Mercedes Benz. So it will be much more encouraging for me to actually own one. And I think it's also a good thing because I think Mercedes have a branch in Egypt, as you can see, Mercedes Benz Egypt. So it makes the partnership much more easier. So I think that's why they saw it fit to actually partner with them. So yeah, I think this is amazing to begin with. And I mean, we'd like to see more esports teams being sponsored by Mercedes Benz. And not just by Mercedes Benz only, but also other automobile brands out there, but also other lifestyle brands out there. Just showing their commitment to the importance of esports as a whole and that particular brand, and that, you know, the esports brand and that lifestyle brand are in sync. And for a person like me, I really, really support esports teams, especially in Africa. Of course, there are various obstacles that are coming in the way in between that, but and I think we all know them in particular, especially when we talk about things like esports infrastructure in Africa, when we talk about what's it called, like government logistics, and that's inclusive of payment of tax from one country to another. Because I'd like to own like an esports jersey. You see, just like how, for example, if you can see here, this is a jersey that I own from Tribe Simba, uh, because I purchased it. But the thing is, I'd like to own jerseys from other esports teams, the likes of Anubis, the likes of Bravado, the likes of ATK, the likes of Omnius, the likes of Energy Esports, the likes of Goliath Gaming, and all those other big brands out there. But the thing that stops me from actually being able to purchase such, and I'm jumping into another subject altogether, is the tax logistics. Getting all those jerseys from all those particular countries all the way to Kenya is troublesome because they charge some incredibly insane taxes just for a jersey, by the way, which makes it so hard. Like, even literally, if I'd like to own an esports jersey from, let's say, a good example is FaZe Clan, like the tax that is involved inside, that is slapped on that thing, on that jersey particularly, is just insane. So it makes it very difficult for me to show my loyalty, especially to like these individual esports brands. So the only way I can do that, of course, is through social media and other means as well. But yeah, I would like to own the esports jerseys for all these esports teams. You know what I mean? So yeah, as well and as respected as they are. But in terms of support, I know I can do that to the best way I can. So these are also one of the, obstacles that we're coming across as Africa, especially when we're trying to show some support to all these esports teams. So yeah, I'd like to wear another jersey apart from Tribe Simba. Like, yeah, so it would be a great, great honor, of course, to do so, because I'm showing my love to all of them as well. So yes, this is great. This is a good partnership, and I hope other African countries can benefit from this, because we have teams that are in other countries that are even in this list that we created for GGA Africa, that should get the benefit of such brands as well. We have the likes of Viben. I'd like to see Viben have one. We have Team TKO, Socks Up. We have what else? I'm just going down, by the way. We have DNMK Esports. By the way, DNMK is also sponsored by Predator and by Adidas, and these brands are in South Africa. So that's why you see the South African brands are, investing inside South African esports teams. So it makes sense. It actually makes sense. We have another one is Team Meraki or Meraki Gaming. One of the teams that I'm actually really surprised is actually Meraki Gaming, because their branding is superb. It is global class. Like, it's world class. These guys deserve sponsorships. But I think when I had a discussion with the owner of the team, that's Aldo. Aldo Bellingham. If you can get him on Twitter, of course, follow him. We had a meeting some time back. I think that was with when we were discussing with AEC. That's Africa Esports Championship, in regards to hosting like a very big event. I won't say the details of that. Of course, you'll hear them as time goes. But I think there was something in regards to him feeling that the team is not ready, but that was like sometime last year. Maybe who knows? Right now he is ready. So I think if there are any brands, they should approach Meraki Gaming as well. We have the likes of Omnius Gaming that are sponsored by AOC South Africa, as well as Kairos, and as well as Init Apparel. I guess I don't know. South African manufacturer of high quality fashion apparel for branding. Yeah, Init Apparel. So yes, we have also other sports teams, esports teams like Royalty Esports that has been very popular. I've seen them, of course, in Rocket League, and they have such a good Rocket League team, very talented individuals. We have also Navi Arudem or Navi.aru. That's also another esports team. We have AI Gaming. We have another one is okay. Sorry for my confusion. ATK, of course, ATK. Like I've told you, we've just seen they're sponsored by Puma. They're sponsored by AMD. They're sponsored by what is that? Elgato as well. And they were also being sponsored by Logitech some time back. Because I was seeing some of the team members getting like free Logitech peripherals, things like keyboards, mouses, yes, and such and such. We have Team G Matrix. This is one. This is team that is non. This is one team that is non-South African. They're from Zambia, by the way. So if you're looking for a prominent team in Zambia, Team G Matrix is one team that you, for any brand that is looking for, they're the team to go for. They have amazing individuals. They are very prominent in Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and FIFA as well. So those three, make sure you spot them on any fighting game event. They're very well known in the FGC community. So that's something. We have Tribe Simba. Tribe Simba is also another one. A big thanks to them, of course, for the jersey, which is amazing. Tribe Simba is also another non-South African team. They're based in Kenya, and they're Kenyan. They're an African-bred team with African roots, and just seeing how they've embraced the African culture, especially like with how they've named the team Simba, is a very, very important arch to their identity as a team. So yeah, and I mean it's really good to have a team that has like a Swahili name, and a Swahili is like a local language in Kenya, and we know Simba is is like a widely known name. For those of you who have watched, what do you call it? I don't know if I can get that name right. What's the name of that? What's the name of that Disney movie? Lion King. Yes, Lion King. Yeah. So yes, I think just apart from that, there are many other teams as well. We have Nibble Esports. Nibble Esports has been into gaming a lot, but we've seen them also in fashion as well. We have another one, the Big Five Esports. Yes, we have Goliath Gaming. Goliath is another team that's sponsored by Predator Africa. So that's Acer Predator. That's the Predator, of course, is the gaming division for Acer. And seeing as that they are also linked with a very important esports brand like Predator, it paints a very different picture of the kind of brand that you're dealing with, knowing that okay, these are guys that are representing the African culture, the African people, and just having that identity that's very representative of the African people. So that's really important. Another, of course, is African Online Kingdom. I've seen them in CS:GO. They have a CS:GO team. That's the only place I think I know them from. The other one as well is Sinister 5. We've seen they're sponsored by Cooler Master and AOC South Africa. We know AOC from the monitors that they produce. And it just be fantastic to see them within that space. Another one, of course, is XD Gaming. No inclination to any esports team whatsoever. We have another. These, of course, are South African brands. I'm back to South Africa, by the way, right from Tribe Simba, which is Kenyan. Nibble, we're back to South Africa. Ekasi Esports is also South African, sponsored by AOC, Red Dragon, and Syntech. Big Five, South African as well. Goliath Gaming, South African. Online Kingdom is also South African as well. They're in Counter Strike. I think I've seen something about Call of Duty here, but I've never seen them in that tournament. But another one, Sinister 5. I've seen Sinister 5 a lot in CSGO and Rainbow Six Siege. That's where I've seen their dominance. XD Gaming, of course, I've seen them in sometime back. CSGO, I saw them. I don't know if they're still existing there, but I know they're in Rocket League and they're in partnership with Orlando Pirates, the football team. That's how they came to form Pirates Esports. That's the team that is dominant in Rocket League, for those of you who have seen them participate there. So that's very important as well. We have Watchmen Esports. We're back to Kenya. This is another esports team as well. Yes. Actually, just to go back, by the way, Tribe Simba, I think, and Watchmen Esports, they're both sponsored by Shuffle PCs. Shuffle PCs is a very important brand because I think within the East African space, they're the ones that are very well known for building PCs and the like. So within that area, if you'd like to build your own PC, or maybe you'd like to have a local event, you should make sure to contact them and get, the technological plug. So yeah. So here we have, of course, Anubis Gaming / Anubis Esports. We have as well Energy Esports. We also have Energy Esports. It's here and there. It's a South African brand. So we are back to South Africa again. We have White Rabbit Gaming. I think White Rabbit, if I'm not wrong, let me look at that. White Rabbit is sponsored by Logitech. Logitech, yes. Sponsored by Logitech, sponsored by AMD, and I think Cool Ideas. Okay, I don't know about these guys, but I know about Logitech and AMD. Very important. So yeah, that is another thing. And of course, we can never forget Bravado. Bravado Gaming. We know Bravado Gaming is sponsored by Alienware, Intel, and Dell itself. And for those of you who remember Bravado from back in the day, we remember the Project Destiny that they had. This is for their CSGO team. They were actually sponsored to go around the world to participate in different esports tournaments. To begin with, we saw there's a DreamHack tournament there are two DreamHack tournaments they participated in. One, I can't remember which country it was, but it was somewhere in Europe. And then there was DreamHack India, where they won first place, which was amazing. It was amazing. It really put the Bravado name on the map, and it gave them a very unique identity, especially within the esports brand, and that was very important. So seeing at how they did that, the Project Destiny went all the way up until they came back to Africa once again. So when that finished, I'm sure they had exhausted all their funding, and they had to breathe financially and come back to competitive gaming and esports once again. So I think I kind of saw their brand become vibrant again sometime last year. I don't know if I'm wrong. Of course, you can correct me in the comments or in the chat. When I saw that, it was very unique in the fact that these guys did an amazing job. They put Africa on the map to begin with. Then at the same time, they have sponsors or partners together with their brand. So when they go out there and the sponsors see the brand on their jerseys or wherever, and they start to, talk about them, you've seen Bravado Gaming somewhere, and they're from South Africa. That's all the way in Africa. in the south, and we've seen them participate in a lot of esports events as well, and seeing them in all these events just makes me want to consider, okay, I think I need to invest my marketing in them as a sponsor, as an advertiser, as a partner, potentially. So when you see that, it's supposed to click in your mind that, partnering with these esports brands or these esports teams or organizations gives me the potential to be viewed by a unique market, and a market that is invested with people that are loyal to their brands or their esports teams. So that's very important. So yeah, I think for me that pretty much covers all I need to know about which teams are being sponsored by what and the reasons why they are doing so. So summing the whole thing up, coming back to all the potential sponsors in Africa, like these brands are here. We have Logitech in South Africa, if I'm not wrong. We have Logitech here locally in Kenya. We have Logitech in other countries as well. But we'd like to see them partner with like esports teams as well in Africa. Because they're esports organizations starting from South Africa all the way here to Kenya, to Uganda, Egypt, and even West Africa as well. We have Nigeria, we have Senegal, we have Ghana, if I'm not wrong, and also other countries as well that have esports teams there. But I think it's just the potential advertisers, sponsors, partners need to have faith in these particular esports brands and see how they can have a potentially beneficial symbiotic relationship where they can both have a win-win type of thing. So yeah, I think it's really important, and it makes for a very healthy esports environment. A lot of and I think just to also add something else as well, a lot of esports teams in Africa are suffering from lack of finances. I think finances are a very, very big issue, and a lot of people, especially teams, would like to hear the word finances come somewhere in between. Because to begin with, um, esports is a very unique field in Africa in itself, because there are teams that take me back to scene one. Esports is a very important and unique field in itself because there are esports teams that would like to be sponsored by um, international brands or brands that can beneficially support them so that they can be able to, continue with their operations. Because a lot of them see that other teams, of course, in the world, we have the Cloud9s, we have the Phases, the Phase Clans, excuse me, we have the G2 Esports, we have the likes of Fnatic, we have, what else? We have the Gambit Esports. Of course, and I'm mentioning this very carefully because of what is happening politically right now. We have the Vatis Pros as well. We have the likes of I'm putting Gambit Esports and Vatis Pro in one circle altogether because of their involvement within the Russian-Ukrainian war at this time. But I'd not like to talk about that politics here on this show because that's global politics in itself, and that's not an area where we'd like to involve ourselves. But it has affected esports as well. I'll talk about that, of course, in a separate live stream, of course, where we can dive deeply into that. But yes, but of course, you guys understand what I'm talking about. The Team Liquids, of course, in the US and the like. So yeah, people would like to be as successful as those teams. So they need the finances to run such operations. To begin with, they would like to pay their players. They'd like to pay administrative staff, and that's the support staff for the team. they'd like to pay the manager or the coach, and also they would like to pay for other operations that are happening within the organization. That makes it actually easier and makes the brand very visible and well known within the esports space and also within like other spaces as well. So that's very important. And we would like to see them active there. But with lack of finances, it becomes quite tough. And that's why we look for sponsorships from like global brands. Because you see the likes of Mercedes Benz as well, the Logitechs, the AMDs, the AOC South, just all these brands. And not even just that, you can get other brands. It's not a must, it has to be a technological brand or a brand that pre exists within what? The global esports space. It can be even like locally here. We can have Safaricom or Vodafone or, the JTLs, the Zukus, the whoever, all those guys. Like, we need them within this space so that we can have a healthy esports ecosystem. That means that it can be very easy to start an esports business to begin with. It can be very easy to actually have a human resource system within like the esports organization that helps you to be able to pay for your players, pay for their hospital insurance, pay for their pensions and things like that. Like, there's so much involved where you'd like these people to benefit from these areas, which is very important. Of course, respecting the labor laws in like different countries in Africa. So yeah. So yes, I think me putting the ball out there, of course, for the advertisers, the sponsors, the partners, together with also the esports teams as well. I'm trying to potentially open the confidence and hope for these brands to trust in each other and to be able to, sit down within their boardrooms and talk about esports and see how they can benefit the ecosystem as well. Because we'd like to see something as big as, the events out there, the major events out there, the invitational events out there. You know what I mean? All those global competitions that are happening, on a macroeconomic scale, that Africa can also be a beneficiary of such events. And we are all trusting in the harmony of these two different classified brands to work together to make that possible. Because I would like to support a team that comes from Africa when it goes to a global event out there. I'd like to talk about our team that is from Africa that is participating in a global event as well. It's very important. I feel more invested in African brands more than I would, of course, in other global brands. But the thing is, when we have partnerships together with all these other teams, it makes for a healthy ecosystem for esports in Africa. So yeah, I throw the ball out there. I hope people are listening out there as well. I think this is really important because we need to see like esports be a very big thing. And just looking at it from the very beginning, if you see the coverage of scale in terms of the geographical scale that Africa has and the population within the continent, it is massive. It is huge. So you can imagine getting all the 54 countries within one space where they can actively participate in tournaments, and the spectators, that includes people like myself and all those other people that are supporting individual teams, can be able to support them within that same space. So imagine how much a massive market and opportunity all these guys are missing out on just from not investing in the space. So that is really important. Esports is going to live on for a very long time. And I think, I think I'm pro esports. I'm for the culture. I believe esports will live for a very, very long time, just as the way these traditional esports have been there for years and years, and they're still very popular to this day. I think because of the sports culture that the industry carries, it's going to live on for so many years. And there's so many talented individuals in Africa that need support, whether it is financial support, whether it is emotional support, psychological support, wherever it is. And they can only get that through these esports teams and organizations. And these teams and organizations also need the support of these other sponsors, partners, and the like. So when you do that, of course, it tends to give an opportunity for now the spectators, some that are like myself, to be able to invest in these brands that are supporting my teams as well. So yeah, so that's something. That's something, and not just me, the whole African population. So yeah. So that's it. I think that's a wrap from me. I've talked about this as well as other things to begin with. I think that wraps up my some about the partnership and you know sponsorships of African esports teams and how good it is for the African esports fraternity. Um, as I jump into global esports, I want to talk about things that have happened all over the world to begin with. So let's see. Um, I was about to jump into like this is a video about Valorant, and they're talking about how how like individually
And we have our
sorry how like individually we have North American Valorant champions, we have European champions. I think we're yet to see Asian and South American champions as well. I'd like to hear something about African champions, and I'd like to see guys like Anubis Esports and the other big brands that are participating within the Valorant esports space be mentioned. So we've heard Valorant has also, considered Africa as well, especially when they did their Red Bull Campus Clutch event. There are African teams that actually went. I think it was to Spain. The world finals for the Red Bull Campus Clutch. I think they were in Spain, if I'm not wrong. And we saw very, very amazing. I was even shocked to see that Anubis Esports is the one that won the whole tournament. Like Anubis are literally the Red Bull Campus Clutch world champions, a team from Africa. So why would not other esports brands around the world not invest in African talent, in African teams? They should, and I do believe so. So that's important. Yeah, so let me listen to this.
two representatives,
Let's
the
listen to this
Guard and
together,
Optic,
actually.
booked and busy to represent us. Despite NA playoffs finishing, we have some interesting developments to discuss, so buckle up, baby.
Okay.
All right, everyone, before we get into the video, I gotta remind you, as always, the like button, the subscribe button, to ring the notification bell. If you don't, I can't tell you about the newest hat I just ordered to cover up my weird hairline that dance gives you. So, get ready. Good. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. NA looked clean, and I think most importantly, smart. Not only do we have the firepower after this weekend, it is clear we have the brain power. But for those of you who are unable to tune in, I can give you the spark notes of what happened the past 2 weekends so you can impress everyone in your Discord VC, because God knows your IRLs don't know or don't care. Maybe that's just me. Anyways, after weeks of games, it finally happened. The Guard won NA Stage 1 after a grueling best-of-5 and a teeny-tiny lower bracket run in playoffs. In order to make it, the Guard had to defeat Sentinels, Luminosity, Cloud9, and Optic.
Maybe even potentially contest. Mark on the site's good. Yay, gonna reveal himself. Still holding on to his teammates. The trade's coming back and forth, but it's Optic with the numbers. Yay, too good from deep. El Diablo tries to rendezvous back.
Sorry.
What is this, a divine comedy for Dante's Inferno by Saya Player? 1v1 with Crash.
Wow.
Bang! Saya Player for the double!
And if you're like, Liz, this sounds familiar, it's because I called it, bitches. Y'all doubted me. I saw y'all in the comments. Who's laughing now?
Whoa, okay. Anyway.
Didn't lose until that grand final. They have looked great and consistent for over a year now. They're precise and yay. I mean, is anyone as good as yay? Actually asked the guard's Jonah P what he thought happened when the guard lost to Optic on Bind, and his answer was...
We couldn't shut down Ye's op on Bind pretty much. Our comp is like pretty difficult to deal with operas because we don't have a Sova and we only have like a Skydog to deal with it. And he was just all over the map and we can handle it.
And when I asked Ye just about how he did that, this was his response.
For me, I think I had like a pretty good understanding of like what they were trying to do, like across the map. And I think I was having like a pretty good game. When we win to Bind has always been like a really, like at least lately, it's been one of our strongest maps. Every time we played Bind, I think we've, with the exception of like one team, I think at the start of group stage we've lost, but like every other time, like we've won, you know, pretty convincingly on Bind. So we felt really confident going into it.
So the Guard and Optic are our representatives of NA, but I would be remiss if I did not talk about some of the other teams who competed. First, I want to talk about Knights. And before you go, Liz, your hot take about Knights beating Xset was wrong. I've been made aware of this mistake. I pay the price by being called out on Twitter by their head coach. But in my defense of that hot take, Knights have shown tremendous...
What was that? Oh, Xset.
Head coach. But in my defense of that hot take, Knights have shown tremendous improvement. In the past, they've beaten Rise, NRG, and in these playoffs, they managed to take a map off of Cloud9. I spoke to Frosty, the team's IGL, and asked him if the newer attention on the team was scary.
That was kind of one of our advantages coming into like other tournaments and VCT. People didn't expect us, and then we just come out swinging, peeking them, out trading them, out aiming them, and like every aspect of the game. It'll definitely be harder with more people watching our VODs, paying attention to us, but it's not going to stop us.
We also need to talk about...
Okay. So I think I will. I'll end it there. I think we're almost past the 1 hour that we were, checking out. A much big congrats, of course, to. A much big congrats, of course, to Anubis Gaming for getting the sponsorship. We hope there are greater things to come, and just stay winning. Hopefully the rest of Africa can also follow suit and reap the benefits of such partnerships as well. I think that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna end it there. If you, of course, liked the stream, please remember to give the stream a thumbs up. Check out this Twitter handle right here. That's at James Karanu. You can also find my links in the description as well, and those of GGA Africa together. And any information about announcements, I will be making them on my Instagram. That's at James Karanu, and also my Twitter. That's at James Karanu as well. And also GGA Africa's Twitter handle. That's very important. You can be able to check them out, I think, on the bottom right of this live stream, as well as in the description of this video as well. So thank you guys for watching this. Until the next one, I hope all of you felt informed. I would like to have hosts here as well. So if you want to be a host on the live stream, please hit me up so that you can see the question mark right here on this side of the screen. That is for hosts as well. And I can even add up to around 4 guys. So, 4. That's including myself. So, yeah. If you'd like to be a host, please hit me up. I'm still trying to work on a strict schedule as to how these live streams will be put out. I'm stuck with Wednesday at the moment. But, of course, next week we will be shifting days. So, I will be putting this on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, I think, would be good. So I'll be putting this out on a Saturday morning so that everyone can get the scoop, and we can discuss more about what's in the esports and also what we are talking about as well. I would like to get different takes on what people think about this partnership as well, and how they think it will affect them, and how it will affect Africa as well. So yeah. With that, guys, take care of yourselves. Yeah, and Africa, let's keep winning. Let's keep striving, and don't stop, don't quit. Let's keep the fire burning. So yeah, peace out.